lesson 95 on reciprocals. A reciprocal is where you flip the numerator and the denominator of a fraction. In other words, you invert them, okay? You're going to switch them. So let's look at some examples. Here we've got 2/3. The reciprocal would be when I switch which one is the numerator and which one is the denominator. So 3/2 is the reciprocal of 2/3. Oftentimes reciprocals are improper fractions because any regular fraction that is inverted is going to become an improper fraction. Do not change it into a mixed number. Leave it as an improper fraction if you're finding the reciprocal, okay? Here we've got 4/5. What do you think that would be? Good, 5/4. Ooh, here's a tricky one. Okay, what if you have a whole number? Can you find the reciprocal of a whole number? You betcha you can. Start by making it a fraction. How do I make 3 a fraction? I'm just going to put it over 1, right? So the reciprocal is going to be 1/3. What would the reciprocal of 2 be? Good, 1/2. What about 5? 1/5. Good, you get the hang of it. All right, there's one more for you to do on your own. The product of any number and its reciprocal is 1. So if you multiply 2/3 times 3/2, these are going to cross out, right? 2 goes into 2 once, 2 goes into 2 once, 3 goes into 3 once, 3 goes into 3 once. And then you would get 1. If you multiply them across first, 2 times 3 is 6, 3 times 2 is 6, it reduces to 1. 1/2 times 2, it's going to become 1. If you do 5 times 1/5, it's going to reduce to 1. If you do 3/4 times 4/3, it's going to reduce to 1. So that is why these questions that we've answered in the past, okay, is talking about reciprocals. When it says how many 1/2s are in 1, we've drawn the pictures before, but basically it's going to be the reciprocal of this. There are 2/1 or 2 1/2s in 1, right? Here's the 1. How many 1/2s are in 1? 1, 2. How many 1/3s are in 1? Can you guess? 3, because it would be 3/1, the reciprocal, aka 3. How much of 4 is in 1? Well, what is the reciprocal of 4? Okay, so the reciprocal is 1/4. So 1/4 of 4 is in 1. All of these questions are just asking for the reciprocal, and that's because it is division and it's dealing with fractions. To divide fractions, we multiply by its reciprocal. Okay, there's a whole lesson that is coming on this tomorrow, and we're going to go into more detail about it, but basically, you're going to keep the first number the same, change the division sign to multiplication, and then you're going to flip this second fraction to be its reciprocal, and then you'll multiply across. All of these, it's going to end up being really simple because they're all 1s to start. So 1 divided by 3/4 is the same thing as 1 times 4/3. Which equals, remember, 1 would go times 1, and so we would end up with 1 times 4, 1 times 3, and then from here, because this is asking for the final answer, we're doing a division problem, not just asking for the reciprocal, we would make this into a mixed number. So 3 goes into 4 one time with 1 left over, so our answer would be 1 1/3. Let's try this one. So we've got 1 times 6/5, which is going to be 6/5. And then I need to make 6/5 into a mixed number, which will be 1 1/5. All right, one more for you to try on your own to prove to me that you know how to do this. All you're doing is multiplying 1 by its reciprocal. Okay, we kept the 1 the same, we changed that, and we flipped this. And then tomorrow we're going to do a whole bunch of practice with dividing fractions. It's actually really not very hard at all. You're going to love it. All right, so go ahead and get to work.